keeps burning. We're inviting the night in.
How's it going, buddy? Rob back with some more Fallout 76. Playing a little bit at a time, but either way, we're gonna play a little bit more of this. Okay, so we're gonna head this way, learn about the inoculation project, get some answers, you know. First off, head to my thing real quick. Get rid of some of the stuff I have in my pockets. Let's see. Okay, that should be good. Got items, aid. Okay. Let's go ahead and make our way to the final departure mission. Oh shit. Damn it. Not the gun I want. Shit. Let's grab those flowers. Should probably get on the other side of this barrier. There we go. Oh, shit. There's a vertebrate up there. Alright, let's see what's over here. Okay. Now let's look at this. Inoculation project announcement. Folks, I've got some exciting news to share. As you all know, Dr. Hudson has been continuing her research in the lab at AVR Medical. Well, she just reported in to let us know that she's made a significant breakthrough, and it looks like an inoculation against the Scorch Plague could soon become a reality. Let's all keep our fingers crossed and make sure to do everything we can to help Claire complete her work. Our very survival depends on it. Jeff Nakamura. Okay. Okay, so the Scorch Field Study. Dr. Claire Hudson. Those of us struggling to survive in the post-war world face countless threats. The search for safe and sustainable sources of food and water would be enough to challenge anyone, but the strange mutated creatures appearing throughout the region greatly increase the danger of day-to-day life. None of these threats, however, compare to the Scorched. To better understand these monsters of the wasteland, I have spent time observing them and gathering information from those individuals lucky enough to survive first-hand encounters with the Scorched. There are still far more questions than answers, but I believe I made progress in my understanding of these enigmatic and fearsome creatures. Details on specific subjects follow. Alright, the Scorch Beast. Scorch Beast, the name conjures terrifying images of huge mutated bats that poison the ground and warp living creatures into deadly thralls. We first learned about the Scorch Beast from the Brotherhood of Steel, whose soldiers encountered the creatures to the southeast. At first, nobody believed that what they were describing could be real. We thought it was a bullshit story giving the Brotherhood an excuse to commandeer our ammo and supplies. We were wrong. I'll never forget the first time I saw one of those monstrosities. Black wings against a blood-red sunset. Talk about a reality check. We know far too little about these creatures, but we do know they aren't strictly nocturnal. They also seem equally willing to move alone or in small groups. And they're highly aggressive. Worse than that, they're dangerously radioactive, which I believe is an important clue about their origin. If we ever get hold of one for study, I think we could learn a lot about them. Unfortunately, being anywhere close to the Scorched Beast is a near certain death sentence, and not just because of the radiation. I'll cover that more in the next entry. Alright. Scorch Plague. I'd love to give a detailed explanation of what the Scorch Plague is and how it works, but right now, we know so little. It just wouldn't be possible, frankly. It's damn frustrating. What we do know is that living creatures that come into contact with a Scorched Beast sometimes begin to mutate. The victim's skin turned dark, almost black, with the smell of ash. Some kind of biochemical process takes hold at this point. Lesions that burn with intense heat begin to form from the victim's body. The affected creature appears to be covered in smoldering embers. In the case of humans, higher mental function eventually disappears, replaced by extreme, almost animalistic aggression. We call the creatures that are transformed in this way scorched. Needless to say, watching a friend or loved one go through this process is both horrifying and heartbreaking. Worse, there's almost nothing we can do about it. I say almost, because we've been able to gather enough information about the Scorched Plague that we might be able to develop a vaccine against it. That's a huge maybe, but we recently found some equipment at the AVR Medical Center that's in pretty good shape. With the right facilities and a steady supply of Scorched to study, we might just find a way to counter this terrible disease, or possibly even reverse it. Only time will tell. Okay, so I hope by now that I've made one point crystal clear. The Scorched are lethal. They are nothing less than a extinctional threat. If we cannot find a way to defeat them, or at the very least contain them, there's no reason to think they won't spread far and wide, transforming or destroying everything in their path. We don't know nearly enough about the Scorched to develop real tactics. What we know so far mostly amounts to common sense approaches for dealing with any deadly predator. I'll summarize those points below. If you're unfortunate enough to encounter a Scorched Beast, likely because it has decided to hunt you, do everything in your power to keep away from it. If you've got a gun and can find an enclosed space to fire from, that's ideal. Scorched Beasts are too big to fit into small spaces. Remember that Scorched Beasts emit strong radiation. That, coupled with their powerful bite, could compel you to keep your distance at all times, or at all costs. If you've got no other choice, you should at least consider using some Raid X before you engage the creature at close range. Scorched humans are savage and deadly. While their ability to speak is limited, don't think they're mindless. They retain enough intelligence and memory to use guns and other weapons. And they're hostile to just about everything they perceive as a potential threat. Fight the Scorched as you would a raider, albeit one with a deadly plague. Of vital importance is keeping your distance to minimize the risk of infection. Stay in cover when you can, but give ground when you need to. Do not let them get close. I know it's not much to go on. There's still much we don't know about these creatures. Hopefully, it'll help at least a little. This concludes my report. Okay. Huh. Everyone, please keep an eye out for Larry Pickerman. He's been missing for a couple days. If you haven't met him, he's about 6 feet tall. Brown hair, green eyes. Age is about mid-50s. He came in with the last big group of refugees. You might remember him as the electrician who decided to do some unsolicited work on our main computer. I'm sure he meant well, but we had to have him escorted out of the command center. Anyway, hopefully he's okay. He borrowed my only screwdriver and I really need it back. So, if you see him, send him my way. Dealing with the Brotherhood. Okay. I'm gonna stop reading this. Just look at it. Okay. Okay. Oh, cool, leveled up. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Oh, right, holotape. Let's listen to holotape from for the volunteer training.
Responder Survivors Volunteer Program. Advanced Training. Camping by Miguel Caldera. Robot Programmer Extraordinaire. Part 1. Finding the perfect camping location. Now that the world has changed, it's hard to stay safe. Used to be that camping was safe as houses. Well, until there was a strong wind, right? These days, nothing is really safe. Even in your camp, someone might hurt you. The perfect spot doesn't matter now. It's all about your defenses. You can build near people you trust who will watch your back, or build things that will watch your back for you. No problem. Anyone can do it. Remember, camps are mobile. We're all explorers now, camping in a strange land full of adventure, wonder, and danger. So, camp often, and rest a lot. Before the war, I was gonna retire and go camping. Now I can do it every day. Forever. It's a dream come true. You know, do what you love, right? Now come to my camp, and I can show you some knot framing techniques. Then, I'll direct you onto some helpful supplies. Good luck, volunteer.
Okay. Is that over here? There it is.
Miguel, you should have followed your own advice and built turrets and walls and all those things. Why didn't you? Right after the responders formed, we trained dozens of volunteers to build camps. Miguel has some camp schematics on his terminal in the airport and a camp program holotape. Find them and return here.
Okay. So, I guess at this point I gotta find Miguel's stuff. But I think for now, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below. As well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Novakast signing off. Have a good one, take care, and I'll see you guys next video.